Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to cry? Or did you just come for a turkey on rye? In the middle of a deli there in New York City, it's the In the Aisle podcast. Dan and Jackson in the middle of a New York deli. Here's the In the Aisle podcast.
It's the start of the show.
Do coffee filters.
We always do coffee filters.
Do
Sitting between Victoria Italian antipasto peppers. Oof, could you tell I'm not that Italian? And cups of homemade mashed potatoes. I didn't really get the brand on that. It's another episode of In the Aisle with Dan and Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
And we're joined by a very special guest. We've had actors. We've had comedians. Now we have our first athlete.
Yeah.
UFC fighter, Randy Brown.
What's going on?
What's up, dude? Did you like that intro? Do you want some homemade fresh potatoes?
You need some?
I don't.
Oh, you need something, miss?
Yeah.
Hot sauce. I believe
We
it's
can do
up
that.
to the right of my head.
You want
There
some
we
hot
go.
sauce?
A Frank's Red Hot, a Tabasco. We got all the options.
That was all part of your intro. That's
Yeah.
what we. That's
No
how we bring it
worries.
in. This is part of the appeal. Yeah, you were our first. Well, you're the. I didn't doubt for a second that Steve Sharippa could kick the shit out of us. But
Yeah, we
you're
got
the
a guy
first one
from-
without a doubt that could beat the shit out of us. So it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, and this I've interviewed you before. I used to have a mixed martial arts podcast.
Yeah, you came to my house. You know,
I
we
came
chopped
to your
it up.
home. Yeah,
I brought you some fruits and all that.
I still of every fighter I interviewed on that podcast, there had to be almost 10, maybe a few more. Randy, when we showed up, had fruit for us. He had some muffins. He had different juices, a choice of different
Yeah.
juices.
That is so sweet.
And we got to play with his dog. I was much fatter at the time, so I was scared because when you're fat and a dog is near you, you get a little scared because you can't move as quickly. Skinny, you can get
Accidentally
away
sit
from a
on
bite.
it. Yeah, you accidentally sit on it. It's a whole nother
Hey, he only
thing.
tried to bite you once. So.
Exactly.
It was good.
Yeah, he had fruit for us.
That is, you told me that, you mentioned that before, and I was like, that was so touching.
It told
I
me
was
two
like-
things about Randy. One, he's a nice guy, and two, he didn't look at a picture of me before we did the interview because he would have had a bowl of candy waiting for me. But how have you been, man? Thank you for joining us in the deli. You came from Long Island, right?
Yeah.
Color coordinated as shit, making me feel awful about my outfit. I got a shirt that I used to wear in high school on underneath this. It
Looks
says
good.
Slump Busters
You
on
shouldn't
it.
feel bad about wearing clothes that fit you because you lost weight. You know what I mean?
I don't have any clothes that fit me.
I'm saying if this fit you in high school, you lost the weight.
I know, it just sucks because I'm bringing out my high school wardrobe again. It's like, what? I thought I was like a redneck back then, so I have like shirts with deer antlers. I've never hunted in my life. Why do I have a deer antler shirt?
Come let me style you. I got you.
Yeah, can you take me shopping?
We'll film it. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
I really do. I need like a huge wardrobe upgrade. I have 3 sweatshirts right now. That's the winter attire. They're all the same brand, $15 at Kohl's. There's a gray, a green, and like a construction worker brown that matches boots good.
You say dating's been going good?
Yeah, it has. You know what I do? I find female construction workers.
This guy's a total piece.
I
That's what they
reverse
say.
catcall. I catcall women. It's still bad, but they're a construction worker, so it's okay.
Evens out. That's 100%.
I don't know if
evens out.
that's true, but yes. Thank you for knowing that dating's been going well in my life, Randy. I appreciate that. How about you? You are engaged?
Yeah, man. Still.
I met
Congratulations.
her, right?
Thank you.
What is it like being a fighter? Like, is she a fighter as well?
No, I don't date fighters.
No, you can't. Oh well, I'm dating a comedian, so I felt I was very personally like I will never date someone who does what I do.
Yeah.
Did you know her before you were a fighter, or
I've known her always. I've always been since I've been a fighter. Yeah,
Okay.
But only thing is, she's known me when I was like broke, living
Yeah.
in the basement, fighting at Ring of Combat for ticket sales.
Yeah.
So.
So,
She saw the come up.
Yeah, she's been to
there
the
before
ringer
it
with
come
you,
up,
man.
yeah, so.
That's awesome.
that is what I find interesting though, because when you're in the lower levels of the mixed martial arts promotions, you are actually responsible for getting people to the fights.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you're a comic and you're not big enough to get booked on shows, you get on those shows if you tell them you're bringing some of the audience. So I do think fighting, I mean, outside of the complete physical aspect, there is relationships between stand-up and fighting.
No,
Absolutely.
I think that's what I was going to say is like, I think it's an interest because it's with a lot of comedians. What we find is that if you're dating someone before you're a comedian and then you become a comedian and you're dating them, they have every right to get angry at you because they didn't sign up for this lifestyle.
Yeah.
But if someone met you when you're already a comedian, it's kind of like, well, hey, these are the rules. I'm out late. It's late nights. And so I was thinking, if you were dating a girl and then you became a fighter, she might be like, gee, what? You want to do what? You know what I mean?
Does she come to
It's
your
rough.
fights, or like is it tough for her to watch you fight?
She comes, but she doesn't watch. You know how it is.
Tough to watch,
Comes, sits in the crowd, doesn't watch the fight. After the fight, comes backstage.
Yeah. It does got to be tough to watch someone like you love get in there and do that.
Yeah.
But you're a badass, so it works out.
It's all right.
I haven't seen you since, not to bring up a knockout, but I haven't seen you since.
No.
We make you come into the city just for that.
I find it so, like, to move on from a loss, everyone knows, athletes have to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you lost to Nico Price, it was a very interesting knockout. It was like a very unique one. Was there anything to be able to take away from that? Or, like, was it frustrating for a period of time?
It was super frustrating, but you know what it is? Things like that, they either make or break you.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where I tell you, we all go backstage, right?
Yeah.
After, and I'm looking at my coaches, and they're all looking at me. Usually, no matter what happens, when I win, everyone, I'm still getting chewed up. It's like, oh, you could have did this, you could have that, because they know my potential. You know what I mean? They know, they see more than what the fans see. You know what I mean? They really know. They know what time it is.
Yeah.
So it's like, either way, I'm getting chewed out. When I win, it's like, oh, what was this? What was that? Da, 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 So their job is to look at, the flaws and the bad parts, not the good stuff. You know what I mean? The good stuff. Good. I'm gonna do that anyway. The bad stuff, they need to fix those small problems. I need to be perfect, right? So when I went backstage, it was very unusual because we went back and they were just kind of like nothing to say.
No,
it was like,
nothing.
they were like, I'm sorry, man. It's one of those things,
You were winning the fight, and then you just, for those of you who don't watch fighting, you were on top of Nico Price, and then he kind of knocked you out from the bottom. I was watching that, and I get why it's tough to date a fighter, because I had only met him one time and considered ourselves to be friends, and I was upset watching that happen.
Yeah, right.
I was like, oh man, I feel bad for Randy.
Yeah, it sucked. Is it something like you don't really even gotta feel bad? It's like, this is the game. This is what I signed up for, and I know who I am. I know what I am, and
it is tough to watch someone you're
bro.
friends with. Like, I remember, I don't know if it was before or after that one, but I went to Utica to watch Jimmy Rivera headline. He was headlining a card there, and I became friendly with him through the podcast. And that was when Marlon Rivera knocked, or whatever. Was it? No, Marlon Marias. It's Jimmy Rivera. Fuck me. I'm an idiot. Marlon knocked him out in like 27 seconds with a leg kick, a head kick. And I went home after that. I was supposed to hang out with Jimmy after, but I was like, I'm going to let him be. I went home. He texted me the next day. He's like, dude, why the fuck didn't you come hang with me? It's like, because you got knocked out in 27 seconds. I didn't know what to say to you in that situation.
Yeah. Don't feel bad, man. Nah, you can't.
It's true.
This is mixed martial arts, man.
Fair. It's not like you got in here thinking you were going to leave with like a
this is
cotton
what
candy.
we do. This is what we do, bro. And you got to understand that that's a part of the game. You know what I mean? I can't just fucking, something bad happens. I can't just run and hide.
And you won your next fight after that, right?
Yeah, I'm 12-3. I got 11 finishes. I've done that to 11 people. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, it happened to me one time.
Right. It's a good way to look at it. Like, sure, this happened, but I've done that to 11 people.
Yeah, you whisper in their ear after you knock them out, like, still go out with your friends tonight. It would mean a lot to them.
Yeah, you can't get caught up on that, man. You just got to move on, go to the gym, get back, and say, you know what, I'm gonna come back stronger. And
you probably, like, however it happened will never happen again to you.
Never.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Never.
That's
you saw. Listen, did you watch my next fight after that?
Yes, I've seen them.
All right. Did you see the one after that?
The one that you won on TKO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm only damn good.
I only get better.
Yeah.
And I know who I am and what I'm capable of, so I don't have to like.
I mean, I guess the one way
yeah.
to not dwell on that loss is to beat a Brazilian in Brazil. That's a very tough thing to do. For fight fans don't know that going to Brazil to fight a Brazilian isn't the easiest thing to do.
No, they all scream, "You're gonna die."
They scream. Well, how do they? What is it? What utadore? Something like that.
I have no idea.
I remember.
I don't even want to try it.
Yeah. I just botched their language, but hey, they're telling you to go die. I'm allowed to do that. And even like getting a favorable decision by judges in Brazil isn't always easy.
It's tough. You know, that was one thing going into that fight. I was like, all right, well, I know I'm not going to win a decision, so I know I got to go out there and knock his head off. So that's what we did.
While people are screaming at you that you're going to die, does that amp you up?
I really don't care. I honestly don't care.
It's is it
I'm so
filtered?
Empty. I'm so empty walking out to the fight, man. It's like,
is there nerves on that walkout? Because I heard like Cowboy Cerrone say that he is actually genuinely nervous every time he walks to the octagon.
I think it varies. It's a person-to-person, thing. And I say this sometimes and people look at me like, oh, like I'm just trying to be this tough guy. But I swear to God, when I walk out, it's like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
It's just emptiness, man. It's like I have no feeling. It's just a matter of I did the work. I do this every single day of my life, day in, day out. I have no life. I'm in the gym every single day just for this moment here. it's
in the
only,
deli just for this moment.
It's just all it is just glitz and glamour. There's lights, there's camera, and there's a lot of people watching. Man, fuck them people. I'm fighting.
Yeah. Whether they're there or not, I train
whether
for
they're
this.
there or
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
That's what I train to do. So
you kind of have like a moment right before where you're like, I've done everything I can do. It's kind of out of my hands now.
yeah, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do? I'm
Yeah.
already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now can't do nothing. I'm just empty. My last fight, I remember I'm walking out and this dude, the Brazilians, this chant, it's loud, man, and you can't hear anything. My ears are ringing. They're just like, they're saying you're gonna die in Portuguese, like you're gonna die in like super loud, right? And then there's one. I look over and I catch eyes with this one dude, and he's speaking English, and he goes, you're gonna die. And I was just like, yeah, I know. Good.
You're like, thanks for translating for me. Thanks for letting me know. I thought they were all saying, "Go, Randy, go."
It's really frustrating to hear you say you go out to a fight and you're like, I just don't care. Meanwhile, I'll be at a counter in like a grocery store sweating over Starburst or Skittles. I'm like, I gotta pick one. I can't decide.
But that goes back to it's just personality, man. Like I naturally have a very nonchalant personality.
How old
know
are you
what
when you first fight?
I mean? I started training at 15. So
Oh shit! Boxing first, if I recall.
boxing.
Right?
Yeah. So my first fight at 17.
First fight at 17. You trained boxing at 15. Was that in New York?
Yeah.
Because I know you were born in New York, or
No, I was born in Springfield, Massachusetts,
and then went to Jamaica, right?
And then I spent. My dad got locked up, and when he got locked up, I got sent to Jamaica. So I lived in Jamaica since I was about 3, all the way to about 16.
3 to 16 in Jamaica.
So I've spent more time in Jamaica than I have in America so far.
You
Holy
still
crap.
go back a lot or now?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Cool.
That's why it's like code. I like to talk about code switching. Right? People don't realize that naturally you can code switch, but when you code switch, sometimes people are like, oh, he's fake or whatever, because a lot of people are like very fucking uncultured and shit. So they think like, oh, he's fake because well, all of a sudden, where's his accent come from? All of a sudden, it's like, motherfucker, I can do whatever. I can do both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a connection with this side of my culture that I've raised and I've actually lived that life. You know what I mean? So I know everything about that culture, and I've had a time here where I spent in America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I can speak the way I speak now, and people will never know that I'm Jamaican. But if I go to Jamaica, I can do the same thing, and no one would know that I'm American.
Yeah.
Is it
You know?
nice
It
to
just
have
comes out,
that?
right? You don't even have to think
yeah,
about
man.
it.
It's nice to
Yeah.
have that escape, kind of. If you
Absolutely.
want to if you get tired here, like I could go back to a totally different culture where they don't care what I am here,
Yeah.
right?
So it's perfect, you know.
So
If
you
I have to
start
talk
training
Pato,
here
we
or
can just
Jamaica?
talk Pato and switch it up, man.
Yeah.
No, I never know what me I talk about. I'm decide for talk Pato, right? You don't know me.
That is amazing. You just
Yeah.
jumped right into it.
Effortless.
Man, good thing I won't do mine. It doesn't sound like that. I'm not a good code switcher.
Oh man.
I should be able to go to like an Irish one. How cool would that be if I could just go to like a real? I can't
that'd
do
be sick.
anything
But that's why.
because my whole
you should
life
go
has
to
just been in
Ireland.
New Jersey. So like I could do this or I could do loud Italian guy.
Yeah.
That's my switch.
That's your switch.
They're like, is that guy in the mob? That's where when I get angry, it comes out. You fucking idiot!
Yeah,
Like the
it
voice
does.
changes.
Well, that's very New York. and
Yeah, I
Jersey.
guess it's New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, because where I'm in Jersey, it's basically just New Yorkers who
Yeah.
ended up in New Jersey.
Mm.
Mobsters who were
they took
hiding.
a wrong turn and they're like, oh, here we are, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I think they took a right turn because they were trying to escape something.
Yeah.
The feds. So you start training in Jamaica or here?
Yeah, I started training in Jamaica.
What got you into it? Were you getting into fights as a kid, or was it just something to do? I mean, I started training
always-
boxing when I was. I mean, I never took it anywhere, but I started when I was about 14 years old.
There.
Yeah, actually, not too far from here because one of the people who worked at the deli was a boxing trainer, and I used to work here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a girl who worked there, her boyfriend was a boxer, so he would just train me like twice a week when I was here.
Oh wow.
It's like I started at 14,
Should've
and it was just
stayed,
because I should have. I wouldn't have gotten as fat as I did, but I liked fighting. There's something about it. But then I hated it when I did Muay Thai. When I was a little older, I tried to do Muay Thai, and that was a bit intense for me.
Yeah, Muay Thai it can be brutal.
I never tasted an elbow before.
Oh my god, dude! I've never been. I've been accidentally like punched gently in the face, and I'm like, I couldn't do it. Some people just aren't built. If I got punched in the face, I think I'd be like, I'm going to my room for the rest of my life. You know, I'm just not equipped for it. Would you ever get into like fights as a kid or?
Yeah, but you know, I was a roughneck, man. I was one of those badass little kids that
Yeah.
was just, you know how it is. Issues, and you just fucking. I was just one of those kids.
Yeah, but did
Yeah.
you find like fight like you
No.
know, organized fighting was like an outlet for you or anything? No.
No, I just thought I could do it. And I
Yeah.
just wanted to do it, and
Yeah.
then I was decent, you know, and then I kind of just fell in love with it. But it wasn't really like an outlet.
That sounds like how I started stand up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just did it, and it turned out I was good at it, and well, here we are.
Yeah.
My mom, I like broke my mom's heart, man, when I decided to become a UFC fighter or MMA fighter, because she
Really?
she wanted me to run track, man. When I was in Jamaica, like that's all I did. I was on like all the track teams. I did really good, you know, in school. I ran at this thing called Champs. It's like a big event for like, it's basically like a D1 meet for all like the, you know, how wrestlers would go, you know, it's for like the tracks and all that stuff, you know. And I did pretty good. I used to run 100 meter and 200 meter. Yeah, and,
so you were always an athlete, for sure.
Yeah, and then once I came back up here is when I started really going the other way back into.
And is your mom
fighting.
in Jamaica?
No, my mom's here now.
Mom's here now.
She just got here maybe 2 years ago. You know.
Yeah, she wasn't too thrilled by the idea of fighting.
Nah.
Has she warmed up to it over time, or is it still a tough thing?
Nah.
Mom's the toughest thing, man.
Because your record of like the majority being wins doesn't mean anything to a mother. All she can see is the losses.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, mother, I mean, it's hard for a mother to watch a child lose in any. I mean, I remember when I was a pitcher and when I played ball growing up and into college and shit, my mother couldn't watch me pitch.
Yeah.
She would like be around the field, but I would see her like in the outfield or just walking away because she couldn't watch me compete because she knew the possibility of failure was there.
Exactly.
I don't think a mother wants. Yeah.
They
But
always
in
wanna see you
reality,
win.
they have to know they failed us many times.
Exactly.
Watch us fail.
That's the beauty of it. I only want to see my kids fail. I'm gonna be like, miss me. Get rid of all the tapes of them winning. I want to see you fail. That's what I'm doing this for.
Yes. Well. Oh God, I was about to make a pregnancy scare joke, and I was like, I shouldn't do that
No,
too
go ahead.
soon.
Go ahead, do it.
No, I was gonna say my kid failed. He didn't even get there.
No, that's true. There you go.
We got it in. It's because Danny Boy's got a girlfriend now.
He has a
I
girlfriend.
have a girlfriend
Uh-oh.
now. Oh man.
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
really excited about it. It's
Are you?
great. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very recent. We met
Yes.
on my birthday.
That's
and
why you're
already
excited.
my girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
No,
you're
I'm gonna be
excited,
honest.
yeah.
I've been one of those guys. Like even when I've been in like the honeymoon phase relationships, have felt like this is disgusting. This is annoying. I don't like
Yeah.
this. This one's the exact opposite. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is it. Fun times.
They're a good match. She's a comedian. They look good together. They
Oh,
look fun
nice.
Together.
Yeah, she used to be a UFC fight. No,
She funny?
She's one of your
Yes.
knockouts. You knocked her out.
oh yeah, she roasts me quite a bit. It's fun. It's fun to have someone to keep you on your toes. Like when
Yeah, I
you're
like
a
to be a
comic
fly on
dating
the
someone
wall
who's
in the
not a
room.
comic.
You guys just fucking roasting the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
My girl's not a comedian. I'm not a comedian, but we fucking roast the
You
fuck out
have
of each
to
other
keep
every
each other
day.
on your toes. You know, make each other laugh. It's good. You know, we'll have sex, then we'll stop, and then she'll make fun of me, and I'm like, yes, I want this. Roast me.
She's like, I'm not making fun of you. I'm stating facts right now.
Oh, man.
Well, we'll ask you our main question we ask everyone, which is, you know, what was your
First job. We talk about jobs here because I
Shit.
used to stock these fine shelves.
Yeah.
My first job. So, man, I had so many jobs. I couldn't keep a job for shit, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
No. 'Cause
How old were you when you started working?
I started working maybe like a real job, probably about 16, maybe 16, 17. And me and my friend Keenan, we used to like walk around trying to find jobs out of we're in high school at the time, and you need to have experience to get a job, right? So it's hard to get a job because the job wants experience.
Yeah.
But
You can't get the experience
it's like,
until
how
you've
the
had a
fuck am I
job.
gonna get this job, right? So that was our biggest struggle. Finally got a job at Walmart, you know, and that was rough, man. Working at Walmart just sucked, you know.
I couldn't imagine that being good at all
Nah, it wasn't.
because
It's-
you have to see some real wild people every day.
Oh, absolutely.
'cause
I
the
worked 4 to run.
clientele.
I worked 4 to 1, and the cast and crew that we had on that shift,
4 to 1.
4 to 1.
So you were getting the crazies.
Oh yeah, and that my manager used to say, yo, I tell people I never been to prison, but when I tell people all the time, I've been to prison because I've been to work. Right?
I did my time.
I did my time because the people that was there was just like, it was crazy. And I've always had a problem with authority.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, I guess, you know, I'm just not built for it, man. I'm just like, I greet people. You know, I'm a lifelong martial artist, and the way I am, like, I consider myself to be a mirror.
Yeah.
You know, so I greet you with, you know, polite courtesy and all that stuff, you know. And I just don't take well. Some guys, you know, they go on those little power ego trip things, and
Yeah.
I just don't.
So you're not
you
good
know.
with bosses,
I'm
and
not
you
good
have
with
one of
bosses.
the most polarizing bosses of all time right now.
Hey, he's cool with me. I mean, he's cool with me. I'm cool with him.
It's
you know?
just
So-
fun because when I think of bosses, he's up there and like where he's a very polarizing
Oh, yeah.
figure.
Oh, yeah.
But fucking good at what he does.
Yeah.
For sure. People love him. People hate him too. That's what it is.
I could see the hate and I could see the love, but from a pure business standpoint, the money that he turned that into, I mean,
He's
what
a
was it, like
beast.
almost $1 billion? More than that.
Yeah.
When they sold it for
Sold
$4 billion or something.
Yeah.
And when he bought it, I mean, it was like a couple million
or 2
maybe.
mil or something.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Talk
that's
about that
insane.
fucking hike.
Come up.
That's a glow up. I don't know what a glow up is. It's a term I've been hearing lately.
You're a glow up, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
that's why I've been hearing it. What is a glow up?
It's you're glowing up, man. You're having a beautiful moment right now. You're transcending, and it's fun to watch.
I had one of the worst bombs of my career.
Well, that's
3
not a
days
glow
ago.
up.
That is not a glow
Yeah.
up.
That's comedian lifestyle.
Yeah.
No, this was bad.
Nah.
It was a cancer benefit. It was a
Ooh.
benefit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was a benefit show for a kid who lost his leg to cancer. They're a family friend
Don't
of
tell
mine.
me you spoke about cancer. You
No,
joked about
no.
cancer.
I didn't. They're family friends of mine. So when they were thinking of trying to raise money for his prosthetic leg because he had to get it cut off, I was like, you guys should do a benefit show.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned into this huge event. 350 people came. They raised close to $100,000. When it comes down to it, what we set out to do was achieved.
Okay.
But what happened was the event opens with the kid giving a speech. First, his parents give a speech. Then he gives a speech. It's amazing. He walks out there on crutches. The kid's one of the most phenomenal. He lost his leg 3 weeks ago. He already knows how to walk on his one leg. He already wants to go dribble a basketball again. The kid's fucking incredible, 11 years old. He gives a speech, not a dry eye in the place. Everyone's losing their mind, crying, clapping. That's sad. Okay. Then they say, let's do a dance. Well, his friend who passed away, she had a favorite song. We're going to dance to her song. We start dancing to this girl's song. Her parents are there. They start crying on the dance floor. She died 4 weeks ago. So now that happens. Then a motivational speaker comes who almost died at 19 years old. He gives a speech about almost dying at 19. Then they're like, you know what? We'll bring the energy up. We'll do 3 dances. They dance 3 songs. They bring up my friend Riley, who I had come open for me. She gets them a little bit, but they're just not listening. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I go up there. I try to do 20 minutes. I said, you guys suck and are disrespectful, and I left. I somehow look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
I put the whole thing together. It was... All I know is I had a joint in my car, so I walked outside. I'm smoking in front of it. It was in a synagogue, too, so I'm going to that hell as well. I'm going to all hells. I'm outside smoking a joint, and a woman just comes up to me. She's like, I am so sorry for that. They should have listened. But the worst was the guy comes up to me, and he just taps me on the shoulder, and he goes, I bet you wish you had the cancer tonight. And I was like, oh, man. Not only do I wish I did, but that was so harsh, dude.
It's such a weird thing because it's like if you're a comedian, you should want to be on stage all the time and you should be trying to fight for it all the ways you can. But once you've done it, even for like a year or 2 or 3 years, you start to realize there are certain rooms it's just not going to work.
Yeah, like-
so when someone is offering, they're like, you can do comedy, you're like immediately, you know, like a dopamine rush of like, yes, I want to do it. And then you're like, but it's not going to work. Is it even worth it?
The second I walked into
benefit.
the room, I knew it was going to work. What you're not supposed to do comedy at a cancer benefit because that's just not the right setting.
But you're also not supposed to do cancer at a comedy benefit.
I almost just snotted out of my nose. How do you do cancer?
I didn't expect you to ask. I was just trying to say something.
It was good. I got a laugh. I don't know why I followed it up.
You didn't need it.
But how did Walmart end? I'm sorry to go on a cancer run. I just had to get it out. It's been fucked with me the whole week. I was like, we raised money for the kid, but it was a bad show.
It's a
I'm
net,
sorry for that.
win. It's a
The
win.
worst was his little sister was there, and you know kids are so honest. And I was wearing a drug rug because I like wearing drug rugs. And I had my peace necklace on, this one specifically. Oh boy, I can't even get in there. Boom, peace necklace. And the little girl looks at me and she goes, "Ugh, you look like a hippie."
Damn.
She's like a 1960s.
And I literally looked at her. I was like, "I'm glad you don't know smells yet, because I smell like one too."
so you work at Walmart.
A lot of smells
man.
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's, You haven't. What's the
Oh,
craziest
I got
thing?
fired. Bottom line, I got fired.
What's the
Yeah.
craziest thing you saw though? Anything weird?
I
'Cause
saw
that's
all kind of shit, man. Like, met my baby mom there.
oh really?
Yeah, so that's fucked up.
You met her at Walmart?
So
Walmart's one of those places where like
That's where true love's born. Everyone knows
yeah,
that.
well, it's one of those places where you can literally be like, can someone come over to aisle 12? There is human feces on the ground. Like that's what you'll hear at Walmart.
Oh yeah, Rocky
you know?
Mount, North Carolina. I was on the road. I walked into a bathroom in a Walmart. Don't know what preceded this, but it was the baby changing table was down, and there was just a guy pissing on it.
wow.
Every urinal was open. Every stall was open. He was just peeing on the baby changing table.
It's like fuck them kids.
Yeah, he really was angry.
It's some places in this world just bring out like the lower level in people. You know what I mean? It's like a guy walks into a Walmart. He might be a successful man elsewhere, but he just walks into Walmart. He's like, I'm gonna piss on a fucking baby station.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely walk into no matter who you are, you're at the same level when you're in there.
yeah. totally.
You're like, we all have $15.
Yeah. Was it a good firing story, or was it just kind of like you and the guy kept butting heads?
Nah, man. There's so much. I wasn't getting paid enough, man. I didn't like how much I was getting paid, and I wasn't getting paid to get for someone to be talking to me the way he was talking to me, So I basically used to try to make my own money. I used to sell shit through the back door,
Oh, no shit, really?
Yeah, I'm a hustler, bro. I was hustling at the time,
That is a hustle.
I unloaded the trucks, and unloaded the trucks. I got all the electronics, and I sold them in high school when I went to school.
No shit.
So I was the electronic man in school. I sold
That's
all.
hilarious.
Can you
Eventually we
change
got
your
caught.
fighting name from Rude Boy to Electronic Man?
I've leveled up.
Randy,
leveled up.
Electronic Man Brown. You know what? It doesn't.
Do you
ring
do like the
so.
robot when you walk out? It doesn't really. People don't like it, but we do. That would be great.
When Bruce Buffer screams your name in your face, does that make you feel anything?
No.
No, even empty then. Because that guy gets so into it. He's got them dope-ass suits on, and he'll scream in the fighter's face.
I don't know, man. Like
I feel like he's so close to lean into the fighter and be like, spit in my mouth. I feel like that's what Bruce Buffer's just. He looks like such a dirty dude. Spit in my mouth.
Gentlemen, before we get started, everyone has to spit in my mouth.
I don't know. I've never met Bruce Buffer outside of.
You never will now.
Nah, he's a nice
On
guy.
Media
He's a
Row,
nice
I got
guy.
to shake his hand a few times, but he looks like the type of dude who likes getting spit in his mouth.
Can you blame him?
I can't. Choke me out.
I mean, I don't know what he does. I'm like, I don't know about that kind of life.
You got to look at the camera for
But,
that one.
you
I
know, from
cannot
what I
approve
know,
this message.
he's cool.
I love the idea of people coming up to you in Walmart and you being like, I can get you a better price on this exact TV. And they're like, how? And you're like, here's my phone number. You're giving them the exact TV.
I was that guy.
Yeah.
Did they
I
ever
was that
catch you?
guy. Yeah, we got caught.
Yeah.
we got
And that
caught,
didn't
man.
get you fired.
No, it didn't get me fired initially. But what did get me fired was I used to come in like on my day off sometime, and like, I used to like, I knew what cameras weren't working and what
So
were
you would
working.
steal on your day off?
Not even still. It's like,
Borrow?
I knew someone that lived like over the fence, so I
Yeah.
used to just kind of we came in and we just filled a shopping cart or whatever we needed, and then we went to certain aisles and then we just walked out the back and then we just went over the fence.
I like how
Yeah.
you said not exactly steal.
Yeah,
And
not
then-
exactly still. It's more like
Well, when you work there, I feel like it's hard to look at it stealing
Yeah,
because
it's
you've
not
seen
Stealing
the,
is in the eye of
you
the
saw the
beholder.
way the hot dog's made. You
you
know?
consider like a bank robbery like stealing. Is it like stealing or is it like a heist? The word heist
I
is a
root for
lot
the bank
cooler.
robber, so I'm the
Right?
bad one to
That's
ask
such a
here.
good point.
Yeah, I'd
At
call
first,
it a heist.
when you first started, I was like, yeah, I consider that stealing, and then you said heist, and I was like, no, that totally
Yeah,
different.
because you
totally
you went
not
in-
even in the same category
It's not.
anymore.
I
It's
think
not.
what
So
happened, you went
the
in one
stealing-
way and you went out another way. That is a heist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is stealing, and then there's a heist. You know what I'm saying?
A heist is a
So,
little more methodical.
You like put on the Ocean's 11 theme song on the loudspeaker
Yeah.
while you're doing it.
It's like, are we thieves?
Yeah,
Or are we robbers? Like, it's just different. It's different.
that's so true. You put your code switching on the lingo of robbery, and it's totally okay. You got to make it work for you. Any judge would let you get away with it. He was like, "How do you plead?" You're like, to being a petty thief, not guilty, but to coordinating an incredible heist, I did that.
Sir,
I
that's
did
not
that
the
shit.
charge.
Yeah.
Whatever they said it was, I did that shit.
So, where'd you go after Walmart?
Man, yo, I'm telling you,
Radio
bro, I'm
City?
so happy I found fighting. Oh my god, I don't know where the fuck I'd be right now.
Yeah.
Bro, like I went to I worked at me and that same friend Keenan, right? We worked at the what is the name of this shit? Fuck, like what's like a what are those stores like it was like Sears. What's
Sears.
it? Coles. Was it
Coles, like not a Sam's
I think it
Club.
was Coles.
Coles.
Coles is one, right? I think it was.
I do a lot of shopping at Coles. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
if
think
you
it was a Coles. We worked at Coles, right? We were young, worked at Coles. They weren't giving me enough hours, and again, they used to like bully us, man. Like retail, they bully you in retail, man. You can't leave. You're scheduled for this time to that time.
Yeah.
I'm done. I did my work. Oh well, you can't leave until this whole set. You're done your section, but now that person over there didn't do their section, so everyone has to go over there and do that section. And if you don't come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
The fuck, like
Yeah.
no, bro, like that's not how it works. And then they bully the fuck out of you, and
So you like to
Yeah,
do
I
your
wasn't-
work
They
and
create
leave.
work.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
I wasn't
all right, well,
about that.
the jeans now have to be over there, and you're like, why? And they're like, cause I said so.
that's
yeah,
what
like
the hours
I
say.
just couldn't do it, man. I'm not. So I'm like, all right, y'all
So you
want to treat me
transition
like
to a
this?
job where you literally get out of work if you decide to knock this guy out.
Yeah.
That's it.
My
you know?
work day is over when he's over.
Absolutely. Only thing that when I worked at Kohl's, I also worked at JCPenney at the same time.
Wow.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
conflict of
Yeah,
interest.
so it
Yeah,
is.
you're just doing the tour.
But it was in the same mall. So what I would do is I would go clock in. I'd go clock in at Kohl's, and then I would just leave, all right, and I'd just go to JCPenney, and then on each break I'd just show up to each one, and I'd just be like, yo, I'm here.
Show face, yeah.
Yeah, so it's, you know, and it's like, yo, where you been? I was calling you over the loudspeaker. I was like, I was in the bathroom.
You said you don't know where you'd be without.
You were just working another job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said
That's-
you don't know where you'd be without fighting. I think you would be like a guru to someone. The
Yeah.
the most incredible. I was gonna say time thief, but you're the most incredible time heister I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, you heisted time.
That's incredible.
And then all while working overnight at BJ's. Boom.
You were at BJ's too?
Working overnight.
You really didn't want to see your girlfriend, huh?
Nah, I was a savage, bro. I was a savage.
I like the idea of an accountant looking at your W-4 for the year and being like, it's not possible for you to work 32 hours in a day, and you're like, yeah, I did work 32
that
hours in a
shit.
day.
So do you do anything now outside of fighting, or it's just fighting?
No, now I just fight. Well,
And you train too?
Once we took fighting serious, and we decided that this is what I was gonna do, you know, with my life. I moved into the gym. You know, me and my brother were having issues. You know, at
In
the
Long
time.
Island, right?
Yeah, I was living in Queens.
Oh,
I
shit.
lived in Queens this whole time, and then I moved. He moved, and I was supposed to move, and then my coach was like, "Where are you gonna go?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to take some time off of training and try to find a job and get a place." You know, and then he was like, "How about you do this? How about you come teach some classes for me, and you can live in the gym. You know, you clean, you know, and just take care of the place, and then you'll be able to train."
That's
And
such a Rocky-esque story.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Living in the gym.
Yeah, they call that ushideshi. Yeah, and like Japanese, like the person who watches over the dojo. You know.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So.
Holy shit, that's cool.
Yeah. So I used to watch.
Is this
over
the same
dojo.
coach that I remember you were telling me last time? You guys like do meditating while
Yeah.
reading. What is it? The art.
The Art of War.
The Art of War.
Yeah, and he reads lines out of the Art of War, and like we like meditate in the dark, and like you just hear like he hits like the ping goes ping.
Yeah.
And I think that coming up like that, I feel like that's why I don't care about a lot of the shit that people are like, oh, I'm about to throw up. I gotta go out and fight in front of all these people, bro. I've heard someone said this quote that it was what's the dude Hannibal Barca. Hannibal Barca was a warrior from he was a Carthaginian general,
Oh shit.
a war general, and he waged war against Rome, right? And he fucking like he took a small group of people, right, and a bunch of elephants, like maybe fucking 10,000 elephants, and crossed like this crossed some sea, I don't even know, and went into Rome and fucking dominated and like conquered a big ass piece of Rome, right? And then eventually he got betrayed and they killed
With
him.
elephants?
With elephants, right? And they were on horses and shit, and he had fucking elephants
Yeah.
just violating
Level up,
everybody, right?
bitch.
Right? There you go.
Do
right?
they move
Levels to
quick
this shit.
elephants?
Huh?
Can they?
Oh hell
gallop?
yeah, absolutely!
never
Elephants
seen
are
an elephant
beasts, bro.
gallop.
They can stomp.
They fucking
I'm
move
just
their
picturing
feet.
now a guy doing this on an
Yeah.
elephant. It seems
Bro.
so cool.
So I say that to say this. One of his quotes was, "God has given me no greater spur to victory than contempt with death."
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Right? And when you hear shit like that, and then you hear the things that he accomplished, and it's just like, that makes sense. If people who think like, and I'm not tooting my own horn or anything, but I just feel like that's how I came up, man. Like I just, you know, a vengeful ghost is what my sensei calls it. You know, it's like, even though samurai head is cut off, he shall still perform one last action, like a vengeful ghost, like that kind of shit. You know, so it's like, what are you gonna do? I'm here to fight.
Yeah.
I'm preparing every single day. I don't work. This is my job. I wake up every single morning. I train 2-3 times a day, 6 days a week. The fuck? I'm supposed to go and do this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm prepared. Like my whole life, I've been doing it for X amount. I lived in the gym since I was about 18. Like, I'm 20 or whatever, and now I'm like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go there and she'll get all nervous. Like, oh fuck, I gotta fight. Like,
Yeah.
I do get
Well,
that.
I'm gonna fight. You know,
That's like where
Just do it.
there's like a direct. I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but if martial arts as a discipline is sort of interconnected with like the practices of meditation and that
sure.
sort of like just kind of letting it go.
Just it's
know.
gone. What can you do? Think about
Yeah.
it. I'm here right now in this moment.
It's not like I'm gonna walk the other way out of the arena.
I'm walking out. You
Yeah.
imagine someone just turn around and walk out? I can't turn back and walk out on TV. Then
No.
I'm definitely
I mean, it would go
I'm
viral
embarrassing
for
myself.
sure.
I'll go viral, right?
Yeah,
In a
for the
bad
wrong
way,
reasons.
right? So
No, I understand where you're coming from though, because like there are times where comics who've been doing it for years still get incredibly nervous before going on stage, and I get it. But then in my head, I think as you, I'm like, well, I've put in the work. This is what I'm supposed to do. I know that I've done it before. I'm not gonna walk the other way. This is all I have. All I have is to walk forward. That's it.
there's nothing else.
That's sweet.
The only thing that's annoying, I would feel like as a fighter, is there's so much time from the walk in to when the actual bell starts to like get in your head with the name call in and shit.
You got it.
And
you
the
gotta
commercials.
Stay focused. You gotta stay focused and.
Do you hear your
Stay
walkout
empty.
music, by the way? I
Oh,
ask
yeah.
you actually hear it when you're walking out?
Mhm. I pick my songs like very strategically. Like
Yeah,
my
someone on
songs are-
Twitter, I put up that we were having you in, and they said, why doesn't he walk out to Sizzla anymore?
Oh, fuck that guy. Not Sizzler. Fuck that guy who asked the question.
The guy who asked the question. Yeah.
No.
Why?
What is Sizzla? I sounded
All
very
right.
white when I said that. What is a Sizzla?
Sizzler. All right,
Why don't
so-
you walk out to Sizzler anymore?
No, Sizzler's good. Sizzler's good. I used to walk out my whole career. I walked out to I'm so solid as a rock. They just can't stop me now.
Ooh, he's got a voice, too.
It's
You
very
feel it?
mellow.
He's got a
it's very
voice.
mellow. You know, and it's like even when they set up roadblocks, they just can't stop me now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just it's a beautiful song. Beautiful
Yeah.
song, and
It felt beautiful.
it's a testament to my personality. Again, there's songs where it's like a lot of guys need to get hyped up and like or
Yeah.
like something, and they're like beating their chest and they got their hood on and they're like screaming. And their coach is
Yeah.
smacking them in the
Israel
face. And I'm
Adesanya
just
does
like,
a whole
oh,
dance thing.
dude, yeah, that's that. And look how great he is, right? And that
Oh,
goes
yeah.
to show you, like he's comfortable and confident. It's
So
like,
confident. If you're
It's also-
dancing on your way
it's-
out.
and it's like
he's
there's
dancing. He's being vulnerable to his audience. He's just like, yo, he's chilling, man. What
Yeah.
else? What else is he gonna do? What you think if he was just nervous and be like, oh fuck, I gotta worrying about this fight? He's like,
I
ah,
gotta have
fuck it.
someone
I'm
push
gonna go
me out.
dance. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do what I could do and show
there's
the
a
world.
million different ways to do it.
Some
you know,
guys
whatever works
sprint.
for you.
I really think I'd want to be carried. I want to be off my feet and placed in the octagon.
in like a coffin. And they
no,
open
not
it,
even.
like
I don't want
WWE.
any. I don't want to be sitting in anything. I want to be people holding me, like this.
feeding you grapes.
I don't know what. I just don't want to be on my feet. That's
okay,
the whole thing.
you want to save it. You want to
Yeah.
save it. Noted.
I don't
I'll
really
tell you
know. I
when
didn't
used
put
to
much
get
thought
nervous,
into this.
which is weird, right?
Yeah.
I don't get nervous for the fight. When I do get nervous, which is weird, the ceremonial weigh-ins.
Really?
I used
You
to
have
get.
to like show like.
I used to get nervous at the ceremonial.
That's a
weigh-ins.
real vulnerability thing, right
I'm like
there.
in my underwear, and I'm
That's
just
what I was
standing
gonna-
there. and
yeah.
I'm just
yeah,
like-
because it's like now all of the
Yeah, I just see a
build-up's
sea of
over.
people, and all of it is about me just standing on the scale and everyone just looking at me and me looking back at everybody. I used to get nervous for that.
Yeah,
It is very weird. What does he weigh? All right, it's good. Bye. Like,
Yeah,
what the-
and you get on the scale
Yeah.
and you're like, and you don't know that you're nervous at the time too, because I felt like I didn't know I was nervous because I felt good, everything was all right. I mean, my mouth was dry and shit. Like
Yeah.
that's when you're nervous. But other than that, like, I got up there and I got on one foot like this to take when I was taking my pants off, and when I looked down at my leg that was keeping me up,
Yeah.
it was like
I was doing a little
fucking
twitch.
Both my legs were just shaking like this, and I was like, oh shit, like uncontrollably. I'm like, why am I shaking right now?
Yeah, you're like.
it's such a weird, vulnerable thing to stand in front of, like, because when you're fighting, it's like, this is just what we wear. But when you're standing in front of everyone in your underwear, it's
And then
like,
I got to go up there and flex, like,
Yeah.
then
It's
like,
just such a
all right,
vulnerable. You're like, look,
I'm not a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
Yeah, I put up a picture of one of your weigh-ins on Twitter and said we're doing a podcast. Randy, send
Yeah.
any questions. And there was a few about the walkout song, about your next fight. But then there was just one guy who wrote, he's ripped.
yeah.
No, didn't even ask
See,
a
that's
question.
weird.
He's ripped. It is weird.
That's weird.
His name is
Because
Jimmy.
it's like it's like you did. That's not what you signed up for. That's not why you're doing this. Like it's attached to it. But it's like a model who's used to walking around in their underwear doesn't care. But for you, you're like, I don't need to hear some guy tell me I'm ripped. That's not why I'm
it's
doing
just
it.
odd.
Have you ever had
Yeah.
a tough weigh-in? I know some fighters have to be like held up there on the scale. Do you have bad weight cuts or no?
My weight cuts are smooth, man.
Yeah.
On the money.
What's your diet? I know a lot of UFC fighters are plant-based now.
Oh, are they?
That's what I'm hearing.
Shit. My protein's plant. My protein
Yeah.
is like powder that I use is plant based.
So it's like every meal picked out for you? Like you know what you're eating? Or like you could still say fuck it?
I'm pretty good at. I'm just really disciplined, and I get stuck in like my way of routine. I'm very routinic.
Yeah.
So I don't really fall. I wouldn't get hungry and be like, oh, I'm craving for some fucking oodles and noodles. Let me try this shit. Or, oh, you got Doritos? Like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm just very. So
Really?
I'm good at dieting.
There's no snack that in your life that you're like, after a fight, you're like, I'm going to break with this. I'm going to treat myself to this.
Nah.
I know some fighters would have beers waiting for them after a certain type of beer. Nothing. So you don't
Maybe
like candy
zebra
or
cakes.
nothing?
I used to like zebra cakes.
Oh, shit, zebra
Yeah.
cakes.
I used to
Hell
like
yeah.
zebra cakes back in the day, but
That little
I haven't had a
chocolate
zebra
swirl on
cake.
top.
Yeah, I haven't had a zebra cake in about maybe like 3 years.
You heard that? Everyone send Randy zebra cakes.
Here's his address.
Is that a Little Debbie? I like a Little Debbie.
Is it?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
like
know.
Little Debbie's, though.
What? That thing's good.
You like Little Debbie?
How could you not? like
I think
Big
everybody-
Debbie's.
I think
like all
everyone-
Debbie's.
They have
think
like
everybody
a
does.
strawberry shortcake thing that's... I love candy. So much
don't,
so.
But we don't even eat this shit anymore. We both. You know.
I eat so much candy.
What do you eat then? I mean, I eat
about?
Starburst.
Starburst and Skittles religiously. I have a bag of tropical Starburst in my nightstand at home right now.
It's like your vice. He like pulls it open and gently
I
reaches
love
in.
it. I don't... I have...
You should start carrying Skittles around in a pill bottle.
I've
so
told
it
you
seems
this.
a lot
I eat
cooler.
so much candy that I often wonder how much candy adults are eating, because I know it's an abnormal amount that I'm eating. And also, this is what I've been on a real kick about this lately. Why is candy still colored and flavored and marketed towards children? Mostly adults are buying candy.
Especially if you're high.
Yeah, I always am. I haven't smoked yet today, but that's going to change after this is over. Why is there should be candy that's depressed colors for adults? Give me the suicidal Starburst pack. That's what you really want to cater to.
Because it's still fun to eat. I'm still like the childlike excitement in me. Here's how I know that's.
He gets excited like a child. That's his way of saying he has a small penis.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, did you not know that? I thought he briefed you before you came on the show.
Yeah.
That was important.
Good guy,
You
small
didn't
dick.
tell him?
I'm sorry.
This is how I could tell I'm still a child is like, if I get half the wrapper off a Starburst and the rest ain't coming off, I'm
Fuck
eating
it.
it. I'm eating
Yeah.
it. I don't have the time. You
That's
kidding me?
my protein.
That's more time I could be unwrapping another one.
That's plant-based protein.
Yeah.
It's paper. You're young as well. 29, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You're what, Jack? 25?
24, 25 in a week.
Oh,
Woo.
happy almost birthday.
Thank you.
I just turned 25. Look at us young folks.
Oh, y'all some babies, huh?
Finally, yeah, I'm trying to look like one. That's the whole
You look
plan.
great.
Damn.
I ran again. Yeah, I've been a lot of running.
Nice.
I took off
that's,
a few.
That's what got you here running?
Running and diet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gluten-free, baby.
Man.
When a UFC fighter tells you you're looking good, you accept that compliment.
Yeah, he has no idea what I use. I used to be 7 million pounds. How do I look?
Oh, you look great.
Yeah.
You look
Yeah,
like
you're right.
but
It
you
does
look
look
like a
good.
model.
I do
though.
plan on
You
getting fat
naturally like a
again.
model.
I do plan on getting fat again because what they say you gain an inch of penis for every 30 pounds lost, which I will be honest is accurate. So I'm just now going to get fat again.
I think it just means you can see
no.
another inch of
I'm going to
penis.
keep getting fat and losing the weight until I have a 90-inch penis.
You gotta shave the bush. If you got the bush like the beard, you gotta
It's not like
just
the beard.
fucking
I
skin
have-
bald.
I
Just
have been
skin
doing.
bald.
I have been doing manscaping lately. Now that
There
I'm
you go.
now that I have a girlfriend, I was like, you know what? I probably have
Fuck
to
it.
fix this up.
Fuck it.
You know
skin,
what, can
skin
you-
bald.
next
get
time you
there's
gotta
an inch
do-
under there.
Next time you got to do a weigh-in, can you just grow out like the most ridiculous bush and have it like come out the shorts?
Wow. That's
This
excessive.
is why you need me as a manager. Let me take you to the next level.
No one's
Oh,
ever done
man.
that before. That'll scare your opponent.
I know. I
Like
know.
you square
Like
up,
scratching
you're
yourself.
squaring up with
Jeez.
him right here, face to face, but his legs getting scratched by your bush. That would be uncomfortable if
I
I
had
knew
a
I
friend
was
that
fighting.
used to tell me like, yo, just go in, just fight week, just don't take a shower that whole week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everywhere, just don't take a shower. What are they gonna tell you? Just go in there smelling like absolute shit. You can bear it because it's your smell. He can't.
I've never thought of that. That is cruel, but also a really
It's
smart
fucked up.
thing.
It's fucked up.
It's also
right?
probably like,
That'll keep them off the ground with you.
yeah, and it's also probably like you're like emitting like testosterone fumes off you. It probably like also intimidates them on some sort of
We used to have a
primal
baseball.
level, right?
right. You go take it back there.
My freshman year of college, we had a power lifter on the team who was also a phenomenal baseball player. He had no business being at our school. I don't know why he was there, but he hated showering. He was a disgusting human, hated brushing his teeth, hated showering. So everyone got on him because we were taking our first trip to Florida, and they would make us drive on a team bus from Jersey to Florida for spring training. And everyone on the team was like, dude, shower. You got to shower before you get on this bus. So what does he do? He gets so mad. We all told him to shower. He gets in a 3-hour lift before we get on the bus and gets on the bus fresh out of the 3-hour lift without showering that whole week.
Damn.
It was brutal.
Sheesh.
Luckily, when you're on a team bus like that, all you do is take drugs to knock yourself out. Yeah, that's the first time I saw real addiction, was
Damn.
that team bus. I'd be like, what is this scene you're drinking? He'd be like, well, it's a cup filled with codeine. It's got some painkillers. next. They're like, what the fuck?
It's a starter pack.
Damn.
I have to pee so bad.
You have to pay. We've hit 45 minutes so quickly. I feel like there was more we could get to.
I know. Why don't you guys continue? I'm going to go take a leak.
All right, you
Is
go
that
leak.
okay with you? I also
Yeah.
have to head out soon, so.
Yeah, we
If
all
we-
have
if-
to
if
head
we
out. I
wanna
guess we could wrap this up. It's been 45
I
minutes.
know. I
That's
feel
a
really
full
bad, though,
episode.
because
Connor has a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Connor, here. Grab the mic.
What's the best way to win a fight? Like submission, knockout, decision?
Tickling.
Knockout every time.
Knockout?
Knockout every time.
Really? You don't feel good just fucking Darce choking someone?
You didn't see after my last fight, I got the submission. I got up. I was like,
It was a Darce choke, right?
that was a triangle.
Fuck.
And I was just like,
I was hoping it was a Gugu Plata, just so I could say that word. Gugu Plata.
go Plata.
Gogo Plata.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's, something about a knockout, man. Something about just putting someone unconscious with your fists or your foot. It's just like.
Oh, wait. Then now I got to ask you this last question, which is like, I feel like every
And
person
then I have
who's
the
not a
last
fight-
follow up, and then we'll wrap.
All
up.
right. Someone tries to fight you at like a bar or something like that. What happens? What do you do?
I don't go to bars.
Well, you know what I mean. Like if anything
I like that
happens,
answer. I hate bars.
So do I. But like if any regular person doesn't realize what they're up against, do you have to be like, hey man, here's the deal?
No, I don't. I'm gonna defend myself
Yeah.
by any means
Has it happened or
necessary.
no?
I need to go home. It's happened where people like raise up, but it's like I'll tell you a quick story. It's real quick, right? I'm driving. I had my girlfriend try. My girlfriend's from Venezuela, right?
Yeah.
And they eat a lot of Spanish food in the house and all that stuff. And she doesn't really eat a lot of Jamaican food before meeting me. So my family's all Jamaican, obviously, all kind of Jamaican food. So one day we were going to Atlantic City, and my friend, he was fighting, and I was hungry, so I stopped at a Jamaican restaurant. And we eat liver too, right? A lot of people don't like liver, but it's very nutritious and it's good for you. So I was in camp and I wanted some liver. So I stopped and I got some liver, and she's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. I give her a taste. I'm like, oh, just taste. She's like, oh, I hate it, whatever. I was like, oh, just taste it. This one's good. It's good. She tastes it. She doesn't like it, of course, right? So she stops. Now, where she stops, we're on like the back blocks or whatever,
Yeah.
right? In Queens, and she pulled up. Like she could just stick her head out. She started sticking her head out the door and like spitting it out.
Yeah.
And then this dude, he pulls up behind the car, and then he's like driving. Beside my windows down, he drives up beside me, and he's looking at me like, and I'm like, just go, bro. Like, what do you say? You don't have nothing to say to me. Just go, all right?
Yeah.
So he said, I guess he took it personal, me telling him to just go.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Bruh. So he like pulls over to the side. I was like, oh boy, here we go. All right. And then he's like, oh, yada yada yada. So a whole bunch of nonsense. So long story short, he gets out of his car and he starts to approach me.
Oh boy.
All right. And he starts to approach our car now. And once he starts to approach, I'm not gonna say anything to you. I'm not gonna yell with you. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wait until you get too close, and I'm just gonna fuck you up.
Yep.
All right. So I didn't say anything, and he's like yelling. Same. And then he starts to walk. So once he walked, I just took my seatbelt off because I don't want to be sitting in the car. You're at the window. I got my
Yeah.
seatbelt
That's
on.
a bad position.
Yeah, that's not good. So took my seatbelt off, and I like just opened the door halfway like this, and I just I was still eating. My foot was still up, and I was just eating. Like this,
Still
looking at
eating.
him. All right, and I'm just looking at him. All right, and then she's like she's telling him like no, like this. I
You
didn't
don't
say a
know
word.
what you're doing.
I literally just had my foot up and I just kept eating. And then I guess he like read the situation because usually he thought I was gonna raise up or I was gonna try to like.
Yeah.
I just stayed monotone and I didn't do anything. I didn't change. My seatbelt came off and the door just opened and I just sat there and I just kept eating. I just kept looking at him eating. I was like, the moment he got too close, I was gonna step out and then that would have been it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
He,
Because
he,
even
he
if
kept it
punches
moving.
you, he punches you theoretically once in the face, and you're just like, no. And he realizes like he's so he's so screwed.
You never know, man. I'm not even gonna let it get that far. You know,
Yeah.
he's a grown man. You know what I mean? You never know. Someone hit you.
I
Some
really
people
do
are
think
strong.
reading
that's
body,
true.
body
That's true.
language can change a street fight so quickly. I mean, I've been in a few, and as someone who's been around fighting and has been in a few, like you could read when someone is ready for what's about to happen or not ready. When it's so scary when you're like, oh, this person is cool with this happening.
Yeah, I was perfectly
And that's
fine.
enough to like, yeah. Like I've had that with hecklers after shows. They come up to me and they've been like, all right, this guy's for real for right now. He's not happy with the situation. Let's keep it moving.
Hecklers are the worst, man. trolls, real life trolls.
I've
I had
never had a guy heckle
I
me
had
and
a
say
tough
you're going
one.
to die.
Did you see the one I posted on Instagram? The woman who was going at me on Twitter. I know you have to go. We'll wrap it up on this.
I know. I'm sorry. I got to.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
well,
I want to hear it though.
I
I wish
posted
you had 3 hours. You're so wonderful to have here, man.
I
You've been
posted a
blast.
joke about how great it's dating another stoner and how I knew I was going to be the right decision when one morning she walked back to bed. It was maybe 3 a.m. and I
Yeah.
woke up because I heard her walking back and she didn't know I was awake. And all I heard was her take her bowl off her counter, pack a bowl, and smoke some weed right before getting back to bed. And I tweeted that out, how cool I thought that was.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I was like, oh, this is the right girl for me. A woman got so offended by that on Twitter saying, what do you think? Women don't smoke? I was like, all right, this is interesting, but I'll answer back, even though I usually don't. Then it turns into I'm a sexist piece of shit.
feminists.
I'm a loser. I hope she dumps you.
Those
So I'm like, all right,
feminists.
this was pretty funny. So I take I always put my jokes on Instagram, so I was going to put that one up there. And I was
Nah.
like, you know what? Let me put her comments as well because they were insane. I didn't blur out her name, but I also didn't tag her.
Mm-hmm.
My followers started messaging her so much that she needed to change her Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Nice.
She threatened to go to the cops on me. She was
So?
going to file a police report. Then I called my lawyer up and I
Do
was
it.
like, I'm fine with it, right? He's like, oh yeah, you did nothing wrong. Tell her to go to the cops. It all ended. I mean, eventually she apologized. So he told me she had a rough week. She's like, I'm sorry I took it out on you. I didn't realize that being an idiot on the internet could actually land me in serious trouble. I was like,
Nah.
well, I'm glad you learned your lesson.
Yeah. Good for you teaching.
Yeah. But anyway, the last fan question was, what's next for you? I know you signed a 4-fight contract.
Mm-hmm.
Next fight is in April against Vicente.
No.
No.
Yeah, Vincente.
Vicente. Oh, wow.
Vincente
I was going
Luque.
to say, I did my research, Randy.
Vicente. Yeah,
Okay.
Vicente Luque. Tough guy. Is my first top 15 opponent.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm working my way here. I
Co-main
believe he's-
event, right?
Co-main event.
That's
Yes, sir.
awesome.
My second co-main event.
Second.
And yeah, we're working our way up the ranks. So it's gonna be a good one. This guy comes forward. He throws bombs. You know, he's a tough guy, but he's gonna be there. You know,
Yeah.
he's gonna try to be in my face all night.
And you like
know,
that.
Touch and go, baby. You know
Touch
how it
and go.
goes.
And you're excited. That's what's next. Vincent.
Hell
And
yeah.
when is it? April when?
It's gonna be April 11th in Portland, Oregon.
Hell yeah. Bring me back some legal weed, baby.
Yeah.
You want to plug your Instagram, anything like that? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Touch, the letter NGO. That's touch and go _ So Touch, letter NGO _ at Instagram, Twitter. Same thing for TikTok, all that good stuff.
Hell
Yeah. And we're in the aisle. Aisle boys. Jack Byram, Dan Lamort. No one cares. Actually,
Yeah.
they do. They like us. We're good, Jack.
We're doing just fine to us.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, we're doing mic cheers. Bumping
Just a
mics.
tip.
Thanks for joining us, Randy. Adios.
We hope you laughed and you didn't cry. We hope you enjoyed your turkey on rye. But for now, goodbye from Dan and Jack and the In the Aisle podcast.